Good afternoon, Instagram. I hope you were doing great today. It's a glorious day today. We were going to have an interview, and we're going to get it next week. Maybe not next week, but later on. The person I'm interviewing, unfortunately, or supposed to interview, unfortunately, is having a longer recovery. So that's okay. We soldier on. We'll have a great day still. Great. Glorious to see you, Vic. And Lisa, glorious. I want to spend today, I want to talk about, the first year of doing my dream job. So I had spent, Vic, Lisa, I hope you guys are glorious as well. Great to see you on. So I started my dream job being a lecturer of English. I wanted to be a college professor. Thank you, Vic. Wanted to be a college professor for so long. I had gotten to teach college when I was in grad school, and so I've been fighting for this, working for this, since 2000. Oh gosh, yeah, since 2014. This was the goal. This was the dream. This was everything. So, glorious. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Always glad to have you on. This was the dream. This was the goal. This was everything. And then, and so for me, I finally got it, after seven long years, thank you. Appreciate it. I finally got it, but I don't necessarily want to talk about yay me. I want to talk about, what we, as brain injury survivors, what we do with external things. And I want to sort of start that thought with an Anthony Hopkins quote. So Anthony Hopkins was being interviewed by James Lipton. The great James Lipton. I don't know about you guys, but I could watch a James Lipton interview from start to finish. But he was being interviewed by James Lipton, and James Lipton asked him, he said, "What does it feel like to be the greatest?" And Anthony Hopkins says, "I just spend every day just trying to convince everyone I'm not a fraud." And I want to use that quote to set things up. For us as brain injury survivors, I know there is this thing that we all struggle with. And I think imposter syndrome especially is true of academics, especially true of professors. But for us as brain injury survivors, I think what can be hard is we have these insecurities that live within us. For many of us that live within us, and never really go away. They can get quieter, but they will always sort of be there. And so I want to think about this because I always think that we spend our time trying to find external things to eliminate those insecurities. If I can just do this, say, if I can just recover to this level, if I can just get this job, if I can just go to college, if I can just go to grad school, if I can just do this, I'm going to eliminate and eradicate this insecurity. It's no longer going to be a part of me. But we spend our time going from this thing to this thing to this thing to this thing, and for us, I think we're just trying to find a way to believe that we have the inherent value that maybe we felt prior to our injury. And yet I think oftentimes we just don't want people to see the real feeling that we have of ourselves. I think a lot of us, myself included, have at times have definitely felt like the Troy quote from Community about Garrett. That guy's a mess. It's like God spilled a person. I think we all sort of feel that, and we want to find these little things to say, put a Band-Aid over that, to say, you know what, once I get this, I'm going to be done. I'm going to be good to go. But I think the thing is I got that, right? I graduated high school after my injury. I graduated college. I graduated grad school. I graduated grad school again. I'm married with a child, and I had this last little thing. It's like, okay, I can get this. If I can get this professorship, that'll show me, And I wouldn't have put this in words. I wouldn't have put this expressed. But I think we have these things like, if I can get this, okay, then that'll put the insecurities at rest. That'll put them down. And yet, what I find is if I'm resting in that as my identity, if I'm looking to this external thing, if I'm looking to my job to make me feel like I have value, whenever I've done that, I don't feel my value because I'm looking to something outside myself. I'm looking for something to wipe my injury away. I'm looking for somebody to say wow about my job before they say wow about my injury. I'm looking for somebody to talk to me about being a professor before they talk to me about my cane. I'm looking to make something else more of my identity than me being a brain injury survivor. And that's not good, because I can never eliminate my brain injury as a part of me. But two, I can't have the joy in that external thing that I am looking to give me value, because it can never give me that value. It will never help me feel successful. So while yes, this year has been great, this school year has been great, it's been amazing to be a lecturer of English, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I do love my job. I have had many days of feeling unsuccessful. Not because I necessarily am unsuccessful. Of course there's things that I can change, there's things that I can do differently. There's I'm not a perfect educator, I'm not a perfect person. But I feel unsuccessful because I've put my identity in that. And like I said, I want for that to be the thing that people know me for rather than my injury. And that's not good. That's not healthy. Thank you very much. God bless you. That's not valuable. And so I think that's the thing that I keep forgetting. Keep forgetting that my injury is a necessary part of my identity, as Winnie the Pooh says, the great wisdom from Winnie the Pooh, the things that make me different are the things that make me me. And I have to keep remembering that. I have to keep coming back to that and saying, not only is my brain injury a necessary part of my identity, it is a valuable part of my identity. Because if people have that as the first thing that they think of, then I am able to speak to them in an encouraging, amazing way for what what God has been able to do for me through my injury. It's interesting. I had students who say to me they feel way more comfortable asking me for help because they know that I've struggled with school when I was in college. I had students say, that brain injury survivors say, that you helped me love myself through my injury. It's incredible what God has done through this. So we need not run from our brain injuries. We need not say, oh, I wish somebody knew that I was a professor first, or, maybe a lawyer, a doctor. I wish they thought of me as something successful or valued in the culture before they thought of me as a brain injury survivor or a stroke survivor. We must embrace this because this is an aspect of who we are, and it shows that we are strong, that we are capable, but it also allows people to come to us. It allows us to engage with others. It allows us to speak to others in their struggles. So that is my sort of message for us today, is that, you will spend your whole life, even if you're Anthony Hopkins, feeling like a fraud. You will spend your whole life feeling less than, no matter how many accolades you acquire, how many jobs are on the resume, no matter how big that salary is. You will spend your life feeling less than if you don't embrace the things that make you you. And as much as you may not want it, as much as you may fight it, as much as I did for a long time, your brain injury is what makes you you. If you're a brain injury survivor, your stroke is part of what makes you you. If you're a stroke survivor, no matter who you are and what you are, the pain that you have experienced, the struggle that you have faced, has helped make you who you are. And it is so freeing to walk in that and to not live like a fraud. The days when I feel confident are the days when I am not putting my value in my work or in my job. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope this was a good and invaluable thing for you. I appreciate the support. We're going to be back next week with another interview. You guys are glorious and wonderful. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you all have a glorious, glorious day. Take care.